The way NBCUniversal maximizes effectiveness and reach for an advertiser in live events really starts with the content. If you take NFL Sunday Night as an example, we program that content as one, we promote that content as one, we sell that content as one, regardless of activation channel. And I think you always want to start there because each activation channel brings different benefits. And the way we really look at it is we spent, I'd say, about 5 years developing the technology, the infrastructure, the processes so that we could actually deliver programmatic dynamic ad insertion in live events. That culminated with our first test about 2.5 years ago in the World Cup. We were delivering programmatically into live environments. It worked incredibly well. It was very successful. And fast forward, we launched the NFL on Sunday Night that fall. And we have since enabled all of our live events for programmatic enablement, culminating in last year's Paris Olympics, which was a huge success and a huge undertaking for NBCUniversal. Now, the reason I say we start with the content is because if you just looked at the programmatic environment, yes, you can target better. Yes, you have efficiencies there. There are all kinds of benefits programmatically in terms of reaching those audiences on streaming, on the Peacock streaming platform. But if you're forgetting about this side, and that's why I always start with the content, on the linear side, we have massive audiences that if you're only looking over here, you're going to miss a lot of reach and maximizing your reach and efficiencies. So we always look at it holistically and how they can work together. It's one of the reasons we launched what we called One Platform Total Audience. And One Platform Total Audience really is how an advertiser in this fragmented world can take their first-party audiences, they can take a demographic, they can take a segment, and they can find that audience and deliver the right message at the right time across all the platforms, regardless of activation. So if they want to reach that audience on linear and reach that audience on programmatic channels or streaming, we're going to help them do that. And the benefit of that, quite honestly, for advertisers is that, generally speaking, you have very low duplication between the two. As expected, most people are not watching, the NFL on Sunday nights on their cable box in their living room and then on a streaming service up in their bedroom. So when we look at some of the metrics there, NBC Prime in particular has less than a 10% duplication between streaming and linear viewership. Bravo has less than a 7% duplication between digital streaming viewership and linear. So when you combine those two together, that's how you really maximize reach and maximize engagement because you're really not missing any of the key consumers that you're trying to reach with your message.
So how is NBCUniversal leveraging programmatic advertising to enhance audience engagement during live events?
So first, maybe I take a step back and give you a little background on some of the guiding principles we had when we launched Peacock, because I think it'll help frame the answer here. So from a Peacock perspective, when we launched, we had, I would call it 3 strategic pillars that we were thinking about when we launched it. The first strategic pillar was we were going to be AVOD first. We were going to build a service that was not only great for consumers, but was also great for advertisers. If imitation's the sincerest form of flattery, I think we can check the box. We got that right. The second strategic pillar we had was we wanted to have the most ad innovations out of anyone on our streaming platform. We launched with about 12. I think we have over 25 different ad innovations now on the platform. And really what we wanted to do there is we didn't want to take the same TV ad load and put it in streaming. The technology allows you to do so much more. It allows you to be so much more engaging. It allows so much more creativity in advertising. The third strategic pillar we had was we wanted to have the lightest ad load in the marketplace. Right now we have either 5 minutes per hour or less. We have, and what's important to note about that is not only is that 5 minutes per hour or less, we have 1 minute pods, 5 pods per hour. And there's only 3 elements in those pods, so you'll never have more than 3 ads. So if the ad server pulls in 3 15-second ads, it's a 45-second pod. So you'll never have more than 3 ads in a pod. We believed if we got that right, we would get the value exchange with the consumer right. I think we can check the box on that as well. 85% of our consumers are taking the ad load model. So I think we got that right. Now, to frame this, a long story to say why is that important for engagement. One, all of our live events are programmatically enabled. 99% of all our live events can be bought programmatically. So what does that do? One, a limited ad load helps increase performance. The right ad with the right ad innovation at the right time to user is deemed, they like it. They actually lean into it. So that helps from an engagement standpoint. And then 3, programmatic, we can obviously lay on more advanced targeting. So we can bring an audience, a client's first-party segment. We can use our first-party data. Serving the right ad at the right time with the right type of creative breaks through and helps engage not only the audience, but is also great for advertisers as well. And so we think that's really what we got right when we developed Peacock. We think we got it right for both the consumers and the advertisers because when we built it, we were thinking about both of them at the start.